first-round match, a match that could sell out any arena. Sweet Stan Lane against the Patriot. Now look at the size on this Patriot. This guy is massive. He's got to come in about 270, 280. He's what would you say? Maybe 6'4", 6'5", somewhere in there?
Actually, I have him down at 6'6", so it depends which roster you look at.
Wow. A very impressive figure in that ring. And Sweet Stan, no slouch himself in the build department. Sweet Stan probably about 6'1", 6'2".
The collar and elbow tie up, with the power of the Patriot sends Sweet Stan scurrying. Uses a different hometown. Why? Not because he's trying to be a smart aleck, but because he feels his hometown is any town and every town in the good old US of A.
Well, he is 100% American from the top of his mask to the bottom of his boots in there. He's the Patriot, but he's up against Stan Lane. Stan Lane has held almost gets on that mat and can't get up. He can't push his little button and call the people at the operator service. He's got to fight up himself. He can't tag out this time, and that may be a problem for Sweet Stan.
The Patriot really has Stan Lane in a quandary. Drop takedown, but back into the hammerlock by the Patriot. Jim Cornet with a few words to the fans.
Well, I'm going to correct you there just 1 second, Craig. I don't think Jim Cornet has a few words, period. He has a lot of them, and they're loud and obnoxious every time he opens his mouth.
Grabbing the mask of the Patriot is Stan Lane. Sends him in the rope. Leapfrog, arm drag, no, reversal by the Patriot. Ready to go, and Stan Lane says he wants timeout. And once and for all, would you ever... Now into a top wrist lock, and speaking of pulling the tights, even if there's stars and stripes tights, those were pulled indeed by Sweet Stan, the gangster of love.
Now right there is a great singles wrestling move by Stan Lane, he said with tongue firmly in cheek. He just dove out of the ropes to keep the Patriot off of it. Boy, another one of those great wrestling school moves. Probably 3 or 4 weeks he spent learning that one.
Stan Lane, I think you're right, Scott, looking for a partner to tag to, but he's all by his lonesome. And now into a full Nelson. For some reason, I don't think this is going to work.
No way.
Look at the power of the Patriot as he comes down, gets rid of the full Nelson, says, all right, Sweet Stan, I'm ready for you. Bring it on, my friend. Oh, yeah, not quite. Fans tell you who won that one, and Stan Lane says, excuse me a moment, I need to go check with Jim Cornet.
Well, I don't know what Jim Cornet is going to do any good to Stan Lane. Jim Cornet's got the body of a bear, absolutely no question about it. The Patriot, a massive man. You saw when Stan Lane had the Patriot in the full Nelson, you saw just the power in the chest, the shoulders, the upper arm development, the triceps, the biceps of the Patriot as he just broke out of that full Nelson, and then Stan Lane thought he could intimidate this big fella.
Jim Cornet puts the foot of Stan Lane onto the ropes. The Patriot going out after the Louisville Slugger. Watch out, I'm worried about what could happen here. The Patriot says, excuse me, hello, Mr. Lane, Mr. Cornet, Mr. Cornet, Mr. Lane, hello, Mr. Lane. The Patriot, big elbow, and down goes Sweet Stan. Don't look now, here comes another. The Patriot freight train rolling until it's derailed.
Cornet from the outside grabbed the Patriot's leg, tripped him up, he went down. Stan Lane dropped the elbow to the back of the Patriot's head, and the Patriot is hurting from both ends, and there's a big kick to the midsection, and Stan Lane in charge now. Ooh. Stan Lane savate kick to the big, massive, muscular chest of the Patriot, and I don't care how big your chest is, that's going to drop you. What has Lane got in his hand?
He unwrapped the tape from around his wrist, and now he's going to choke the life out of the Patriot as he's just got it wrapped around. The Patriot getting some of that air back that he lost from the choking by Sweet Stan Lane.
Well, that big neck, that big muscled-up body, the Patriot has to have air no matter how big it is, and Stan Lane cut that air off. And Cornet
with the tennis racket. According to him, that's 15 love.
Oh, boy. He can't find 15 people in this crowd that love him, and that's obvious from what we can hear from the crowd right now.
The Patriot draped over the top of the rope, and down comes Sweet Stan. Stan Lane vaults over, comes in, gets the clothesline. The Patriot in a bad way. A count of one, a count of two, but the Patriot comes alive.
Just barely 2 9/10 count there. The Patriot barely got that shoulder up, and Stan Lane really better watch it now because the Patriot's got those juices flowing.
The sunset flip. But where's the official? Count of one, count of two. Jim Cornet had the official distracted off screen. And now once again, Stan Lane going to the throat. The red, white, and blue taking a bit of punishment. And now, oh, Cornet again. 30 love.
This is a handicap match in the first round of the television title tournament, Craig. It's the Patriot versus Stan Lane and Jim Cornet. He's against 3 men. He's got to fight the racket too. It's the Patriot against 3 people. Lane, Cornet, the racket. Can he do it? Can he defeat all 3?
Obviously, Jim Cornet going after the title of one of the big summer movies, The Racketeer.
Oh my goodness.
Trading blows, Stan Lane and the Patriot. The Patriot coming with a big left from the West Coast.
That'll take a big man down right there anytime. The old thumb to the eye, and the Patriot is thrown into the corner. Lane comes in, he misses.
Uh-oh. In the corner, Sweet Stan, the Patriot, really pumping himself up. To the ropes, elbow by the Patriot. What an impressive wrestler, and the Patriot, big clothesline. The fans absolutely loving the man in red, white, and blue. To the ropes again, big drop kick.
A man who is 6'6", 280, up into the air for the big drop kick, but Lane barely gets that foot on the rope. You've got to be impressed with the Patriot.
Lane sends him in.
Oh, Cornet.
Advantage Cornet. As he and Stan Lane seem to think that this is match point.
Oh, this is horrible. Jim Cornet just waylaid the Patriot from behind with that racket.
No! You were talking about 2 9/10. How about 2.99 there?
Oh, my goodness. It was too close. The Patriot barely out of it. Lane. Oh, we can't get him up.
Oh,